Why have all policemen been recalled from leave? Why is the country beefing up its security? What are we expecting to happen? On our show today, I dive into this issue that has left many Kenyans puzzled. Karibu sana and enjoy. Even as you get informed, because information is critical. Many times in the past, police officers have been called away from their leave to return to duty immediately. But this has always been done quietly. This time round, it is very public. And this is unprecedented. The president, after a recent meeting with the highest security organ in the country, the National Security Council, has ordered the country to be on high alert. Now, super fascinating, very far away in the UK, something very similar is unfolding. Police officers are being called together in London. Now, before you dismiss me very quickly and tell me that the two orders, the two developments, are not related, give me a hearing. Because I believe many of you come to this channel, for such heads up. Now, there are things I cannot talk about on this channel. And although they are sensitive, the reason I cannot talk about them is not because they are sensitive. You see, there's something unfolding globally, something very big. And fully explaining it here today would get me into so much trouble with most of you. You'd start talking about conspiracy theories. But I know there are many of you who are listening in who know precisely what I'm talking about. But for our purposes today, let me try my best to stick as much as possible to mainstream media and mainstream media thinking. The facts are that there's a lot of instability which has sprung up all over the world. There have been serious threats of terror attacks all over the world. We had the unsuccessful assassination attempt on the Iraqi leader just the other day. For any keen observer, it is very difficult to confidently say that all these events are not linked. Their timing, their consistency, their resemblance, etc., etc. Now, I'm sure those who have been with me a long time on this channel know that I speak to informants. People give me information all over the world. And this is what enabled me to give you the coverage I gave you on this channel on ile homa kutoka Wuhan, where we started off with a situation where many unsubscribed from the Kumekucha brand, terming me a madman, to a situation today where what we talked about very early in 2020 is beginning to unfold before our very eyes, or has already unfolded before our very eyes. Now, my contacts are telling me that November is going to be a critical, crucial month in whatever is going on globally. They have told me that we should expect major developments. But now that we have the global view, let's come back right here home. You see, what is happening to Kenya right now, and indeed in the region, is unprecedented. Why do I say that? Because we have for the first time a handful of major threats, and escalation of possible major crises in our hands, all at the same time. There is the situation in Somalia, where for the first time we're not cooperating with the government of that country. In fact, relations between the two countries, Kenya and Somalia, are at their lowest ever. And of course, that makes us very vulnerable to terror attacks from Al-Shabaab. Then there's a situation in Ethiopia, which is very worrying, where we have militants who have vowed to take over the government. And indeed, this has hit very close to home, because we've had staff of major companies that are Kenyan-based, like Safaricom, evacuate their staff from Ethiopia and bring them back home. That tells you that whatever is going down is serious. So we may not have attended the Security Council meeting that discussed highly confidential matters that may not be made public. However, we have a good idea of possible areas where there could be a threat in the country, necessitating the recalling of all policemen on leave, and other security arrangements being put in place at a time when we are yet to see a threat, which means there is something looming in the horizon, hidden for now, but coming. And all this could not have come at a worse time, because Kenyans are about to go for their Christmas holiday and enjoy their first Christmas since 2019, the year 2019, without a curfew in place. Just when Kenyans are beginning to pick up the pieces of what we have gone through as a result of the global crisis, this happens. How unfair can life be? But I take refuge in a few words that have always given me comfort and have always panned out, have always ended up being absolutely true. Those simple words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. It will come to an end. As the Swahili say, kila kitu ambaye iko na mwanzo, iko na mwisho. My strong advice and recommendation is that although we Kenyans don't like foreign news, hate international news, find it very boring, now is a good time to pay a little more attention as to what is happening on the global stage. Extremely important. More so, because of something I talked about on this channel very many months ago, something called Gesara and Nesara. Because the fight is really between those who are determined to implement this globally and those determined to stop them. That's really what it is. But I promise to stick as closely as possible to mainstream. So I'm afraid that is all I can say for now. However, you can review my old videos. You'll find links in the description area below, so that you totally understand what it is I'm driving at. On the local scene, we have another serious threat, and that has to do with the financing of the presidential elections. I cover that in great detail in my latest weekly intelligence briefings. Yes, this is very sensitive stuff because I even mention names. Just send a blank email to the email address you see on your screens right now, and you'll get an automated response giving you full payment details. Those same payment details are also repeated in the description area below this video on YouTube. I highly recommend this information if you're not yet a subscriber. Because you see, information is power. It has always been. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.